y'all. Bad as I am, I probably do. And it's not like physical exhaust. It's like my body needs some rest right now. I can feel it. I've been going through some stuff in the last few weeks, and I'm just like, man, I think my body just like, look, man, you older, you deserve to take a break. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And it's like, so why don't you take a break? Because it's got these bills. And they don't care nothing about how old you are. They don't. They don't give a damn. You understand? They really don't, y'all. They really don't. They don't give no breaks. They don't care nothing about what you might be going through, how you need to rest up, you need to recuperate, you need to whatever it is. They don't care about that. They don't give a damn about that. They're like, yeah, okay, that date that it was due was then. What you gonna do? Like today, and let me tell y'all something that I've discovered over the years. This might help somebody. I hope it does. That's what we're here to do. We share ways to live your best creative experience, you know what I mean? And that requires also knowing how to do stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the creative experience, just keeping yourself good physically, mentally, mind, body, and soul. When I say ONYXCON fitness, I mean everything about it. Not just some working out, not just some, physical workouts, not just, we talking about your mental, we talking about who you associate with, we talking about how you handle things that can give you stress, the #1 killer, okay? And I got fed up. It comes in phases, but I got fed up the other day. I said, you know what? It's time to make that call. Them calls you don't want to make, well, you got to call that company and y'all. It's a process, y'all. It's a process. It's just like the first one in the new series of Mortal Kombat films and the new one that's coming out. Both were shot in Australia. Australia. So I know for a fact that shipping people over there to get folk there, I mean, all your crew, all your actors and everything, man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot. But that's how much they must be saving that they're still willing to go overseas. That tell you a lot about how jacked up the economy has got to be. That you would spend the money it takes to send hundreds, if not a few thousands of major people, plane, boat, air, whatever they would prefer, because I'm sure there's some folk who insist they're not going to fly, so they put them on a boat or whatever. But imagine how much that budget is alone. That's the first part, transportation for all your talent and crew. And then you got to make the thing itself. You got to rent studio space or whatever the case may be, build a studio, whatever. Because in some cases, some of these movies are the beginning of new studios, but in many cases, I'm pretty sure they're just doing what they did here. They gut out an old warehouse, they turn it into a studio, make it a soundstage, rig it up appropriately, and make films, make movies. But I'm telling you, the cost of that, to have to do that overseas, man, they must be saving they didn't even bother. It's literally a statement on how bad things are in the U.S. itself. Because in previous years, whenever there was a political situation that happened, like the mess that it still exists and did go into law here, is absolutely crazy. All that stuff that disrespected women in Georgia and other southern states, man, Hollywood quickly said, look, if y'all put this in place, we out. We are not going to be a part of this. They didn't take it serious. Okay, that was the first strike, all of that nonsense. So then when they put all that in place, okay, now folks are they didn't even bother going to another state. Like, there's other states that didn't agree with that, but they still, looking at the budget-wise, say, well, hell, no one's giving us the incentives we have in the South. Because, it used to be a thing back when I first started. Every now and then you'd hear about, they're shooting that in North Carolina or Louisiana or, that was the two big ones. North Carolina, Louisiana. Occasionally you'd hear about a little something in Tennessee if it needed a country swagger to it, because they do stuff with all that, country music type vibe in Nashville and stuff like that. But man, other than that, I'm telling you, everything, and I do mean everything, that was major. Back in the day when I first started, I've been in this thing 12 years, and when I first started, I say for the first 8 years of it strong, before it started dilly-dallying with other options and all this political stuff that messed it up, and all the money went weird. But in the very beginning, Yo, every Marvel movie you done seen, both Avengers movies, all the Spider-Man movies, all the I know the first Venom, if not, I don't know about the new one, but the first Venom one, because I was in it, so I know. Doggone. What else? Black Panther, of course, 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? I was in both, so I'm speaking from real experience. The Captain America Civil War joint, I was in it. You know, I'm speaking from experience. All that was shot here. All of it. Pinewood Studios, now Trillion, was the main one for Marvel. And then you also had a few other studios, like for Black Panther, there's another one that's off the radar. That's it still looks like an industrial plant, but 90% of it is actually a film studio. I'm not gonna give up the secret location of Wakanda for security purposes, because they could still be shooting there maybe on the next one. But yo, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea where they'll be. I don't know if they're gonna bring that back to Georgia or not. They might take that overseas for all I know. We don't know. And that'll really be a heartbreaker, because so many folk look forward to that work in Atlanta. We always know as black actors and talent, yo man, they literally need you. They're looking for black folks to portray Africans. It is no pun intended to all my other brothers and sisters in the human family. I'm just saying, they specifically, like, hell, sometimes back when that was going on, I couldn't even get work because they didn't have specific groups. There were some groups that looked like, you know, my look with, you know, if you will, the Habesha Ethiopian look, which I know I can pass for, because whenever I'm around some Habesha, they always try to talk to me and stuff, or certain other regions of groups in Africa. I mean, you know, because it's so broad, and most people don't even know nothing about all this. They really have no clue. They really do not understand the second largest continent, not country, continent in the world, how diverse its peoples are, truly. But folks look all types of ways, right? So, but they were kind of focused on West African, Central African, South African, and some East African looks, right? At least that seemed to be, even though, you know, where Wakanda is supposed to be as a fantasy place is kind of East Central, you know? It's kind of East Central. So, because it's supposed to be right in that Great Lakes region, which is like Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, you know? So, hey, it is what it is though. But they did their thing with it, and it was always a thing for a lot of talent to get a chance, man. I got a lot of friends that got work as the guards, the royal guard, the royal pageantry when they did different performances. I know drummers that drummed. I mean, just a lot of folk got good work. If they don't bring it back for 3, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I really don't know. I hate to say it, because it's looking like we've seen the last of the big days where, you know, yeah, you could do some shows. And that's starting to sound like what LA has been for years after everything came out to Georgia. And all my friends back in LA say, yeah, a lot of shows still shoot here. Because they have no intention of moving all that stuff. They done got cozy and these old studios and stuff and lots where, you know, we're going to always have that one show there, this, down there. But newer shows and any major new movies, Georgia, we had that. We had the Crown. For real, for real. It was a real thing. And that has all dried up pretty much. It's a damn desert out here with a few oases that if you can get there, by the time you get there, you realize there ain't no space at the water hole. There's too many folk bent over just trying to get some water. You know, on their hands and knees, head in the pool trying to get some water, you know. It's crazy. It's for real. It's not a game. So that's where it is. And because of that, that's why a lot of us doing all these odd jobs and everything, which I don't have no shame to share with y'all, because I like to give people the reality of how things really affect real lives, you know. I never had to do this much of the courier thing in previous years because, hell, I'd be on set. But it ain't like that no more. It just ain't, because of this economy. It has truly messed it up in Georgia. Truly. You know? And those who don't want to believe it's real, when folks talk about the harm that the tariffs and all that silly mess did, you can look at the situation. It's real. It is totally real. Like, people ain't shipping as much stuff because they can't afford the bill. And I'm telling you, the film industry, man, the amount of stuff they ship in, the postage bills they have, woo, you talking about some damn money. It's amazing. It's amazing. You're talking about millions and billions of dollars going into these projects. Especially millions, high millions for the biggest projects, the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff, all that. And like I say, I've been on the sets, I've been in the studios, I've been in the wardrobe departments, I've seen the warehouse full of clothing for every possible look they're gonna do, plus the backup clothes for any stunt doubles and things. It's amazing, the amount of stuff, even for a small show. That's a major movie. I've seen it for just a small show, the amount of stuff it takes to do. People have no idea. They just sit at home and wait for the result. Okay, wait a minute. I need to... Yep, hold on. They give me the goofy direction. Don't you hate when GPS do the silly stuff? Got you going down a way you don't even need to go to get the way you're trying to go. Like, all you had to do was tell me to make a right, but instead, you making it weird. Oh, these dang computers are not anywhere near perfect. Don't trust it, don't believe it. Stop talking about them like they know what they're doing. Talking about smartphone. Ain't nothing smart about that damn phone. It's just a phone. Anyway, y'all, as I was saying, so bottom line, as I always tell y'all every day when I go live, I really appreciate what I call my monetization nation. That's the people who gonna get us to the point where we got enough to do whatever we got to do. And we need y'all, like we always say, so I appreciate when I see the number going up on subscribers. But I know from a video that I've been talking about a lot lately that I saw where it was the guy who was over the algorithm for YouTube explaining how a lot of times when people subscribe, they just giving you a thumbs up like, keep going, but that don't mean they're gonna watch anything. They just like dip in, dip out, like, oh, that looks nice, keep going. But they don't return, they don't keep watching. Or, the worst, they watch every day, but they won't subscribe. And when asked why, he said, they'd always say, well, I don't really have the financial wherewithal to subscribe to anything. Right? It's free, goofy! Like, there's this perception that some people literally do think that it costs to subscribe. The words are not interchangeable per app. Yeah, on some apps, subscriptions are paid for. On other apps, a follow is free, subscription is paid for. Here, you have subscription is free. Once you reach a certain level of subscribers, you can offer memberships, which we will be doing later on. And in the membership, y'all can get certain perks. Don't ask me what they'll be yet, because I don't know how that works on YouTube. I just want to get across the threshold of actually being monetized and seeing a little bit of money coming in every month. When I say a little bit, I don't mean no dang, I mean, I'll take just some gas money. I ain't gonna be mad about any of it, but I'm saying I want to get to the point where, on average, put it like this, they say the average American is not ready for a $500 bill, okay, because of money tied up in so many things. They can't afford an unexpected expense of $500. Well, that number, all right. I think we got a signal back now. I can finish what I had to say. Yeah, y'all. So I was saying, if you want to donate, we ain't got to wait on all those things. We can donate now. If all my ballers on here, out of almost 2,000, it blows my mind. We close to 1,700. You know what I'm saying? We are real close. We like, what, 1,670 or something like that. It's a real beautiful feeling to know that many people supporting the channel. Thank you. Now, amongst that many people, I know there's got to be about 10 show enough ballers who breaking off $100 ain't nothing. Even in this crazy economy, if you're in America, you like, man, I got you. And if you just said that just now, I need y'all to hit it. At ONYXCON on Venmo, #ONYXCON. Because for real, the month to month, like what keeps this phone on with the electricity and the gas in this car, or when I'm at home doing my lives, when I do the gaming content, or do a live from home because I do all that, or record some content from home, or I do shorts and things. But any of the long form videos, y'all see me go fishing, y'all see me go hiking, y'all see me talk about stuff, I go to events. Speaking of events, man, September about to be major. Not just because it's my birthday month, okay? Another reason to give, hello, because we're gonna celebrate, right? With content, for real. Labor Day weekend is always huge. As a matter of fact, it's one of my favorite and most important weeks of the year because some of my all-time top content is my coverage of a thing called House in the Park, which is a house music, deep, soulful house, real house, original house music, okay? Born in Chicago house, all right? That's where the music came from. People argue about it, but it is what it is. It started in Chicago, right? Shout out to Detroit, shout out to Jersey, shout out to New York, shout out to all the other cities that supported it and grew that culture of house music and everything. But the music is from the Chi. You gotta give them credit where they did, you know? And it's a long, amazing history. It's way more complicated than most people think it is, because you hear a lot of people say certain stereotypes about it that just, quite frankly, ain't true. When you really dig deep into its actual history and who was behind what and who put the music out and who made sure it lived on and all that. And then in some cases, it is a lot of stuff that's stereotyped, that's not stereotyped. It's just the actual fact. That's what it is. That's what it was. But I love to know the truth. You know, I got a documentary. I know I put it in my Deep House folder. If you want to look under that playlist, Deep House, where you can find a lot of music, but it's also a documentary about the history of it. Check that thing out. But anyway, House in the Park was started by like 4 local Atlanta, not all of them from Atlanta. Most of them, like a lot of folk in Atlanta nowadays, transplants from other places. At least for people living in the city directly, they all want to be in the city because they coming from these cities, so they city minded. You know, New York, Jersey, Chicago, etc. And I don't remember exactly where each one is from, and I don't even remember all the names of my brothers, but one in particular, DJ Kimmett, legend. I do remember he's part of the crew. They come down every year, man, with the funk. I mean, I'm not saying it come down like they got to go from somewhere else. They're here, but I'm saying they bring it down. They bring down some serious, amazing mixes and the best times you're going to have on the dance floor all year long. And I look forward to it. You know, so we're going to do that, but we're going to need y'all support to make it happen for real, because I'm going to be real with you, man. If I don't have no gas money, if I can't justify, I got to get out here and ride another one just to get the dang coverage for the headquarters, I can't justify taking the journey to the city to get that content. And I'll be damned if I miss that. I have to get it. It's such a big deal. It's always a good time, and it always gives me numbers. People love my videos from House in the Park. Last year and the year before, we talking about both of those videos hit over 10,000. Now, some people's channels, they get tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views per video. I ain't there yet. So for me, that's viral. That's a big deal. Whenever I get any video that's hitting 10 plus thousand, I'm extremely excited about that video, and it's a series that must continue. So help us keep that goal alive, man. Keep the torch burning and keep it flowing like we've been doing. And yeah, just, you know, if you can give, please do. And now would be the time. And if you have a business, when you give, let me know. Because if you have a logo and your business is something that we can promote as a nonprofit, we will. We got you. We'll put your logo at the front of the content. Folks know you were the sponsors of this content, because that's what always happens every year when I do these, any major event footage. I always shout out people at the beginning and say, this content made possible by, and I show those logos, okay? If you want that to be forever, okay? Because that's forever on YouTube. That ain't just saw it that week and now it's gone. No, it's gonna be there. You feel me? So, you know, unless you mess up with us in a way that just is unforgivable, and we gotta take that logo down, like, no, we don't associate with that. But no, we ain't rolling like that. We gonna keep it tight, and I know y'all gonna keep it right for us. So, yeah, like I said, if you can donate, all the followers, subscribers we got, I know there's some ballers in the building. I know there's somebody, even under these strict, harsh situations with the economy and everything, you're still afloat, you're doing good, you and your family straight, you still got expendable income. Put some of that on this nonprofit ONYXCON. Help us soar, okay? We sincerely need it. And it's coming up faster than we can talk about it, right? September 1st will be here before we know it. Labor Day weekend will be here. The other thing I cover a lot of times is DragonCon. Now, in previous years, I've never even had, I ain't gonna say never, I have been a guest on some panels that used to always get me in if I wanted to go see the convention. But in recent years, I haven't been on those panels, so I just go and walk around and do the coverage on the street, just covering the, you know, whoever's cosplaying outside, and there's enough going on with that to make content. You don't even have to be inside. Matter of fact, for that part of it, for cosplay, it's almost better to be outside because the lighting is better, The cosplayers are more expecting to be stopped and everything. I mean, that happens on the, you know, the sale room floor too, but there's so many people in there. It's just like, man, it's hullabaloo. It's just, woo. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I prefer even being outside, catching folk in the sunlight, you know, folks having fun with it. Some of the folks are into performance with it, so they doing little sketch pieces and mock battles and all kind of stuff in their cosplay. So it's fun when you catch them outside. So yeah, like I say, Dragon Con gonna get covered as usual. House in the Park gonna get covered as usual. It's a true Atlanta thing you don't want to miss, and I'm bringing it to you no matter where you are in the world. Just support us so we can support your eyes and ears with all this beautiful content. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I will more than likely be live later doing some gaming content. Stay tuned for that. If you got your notifications on, which I hope you do, you'll see it says ONYXCON is live. Check in and watch me play. All right, peace, y'all.